Hello and good afternoon. The market just closed, and this is the news of the moment. Microsoft, OpenAI reach deal, removing fundraising constraints for ChatGPT maker. Wow. So, in a nutshell, Microsoft holds 27%. Um, Microsoft market value once again exceeds $2 trillion. We can see the stock here from August to today, about 6.17%. And this deal removed the constraint on OpenAI ability to raise capital. Let's see. And this is a big piece of news. The sentiment is positive. If we go to the main page, this is takers of the main page. Overall market related, Apple sells and OPEC, and we'll review what happened to the commodities right now. So these are the market internals. They started mixed. We can see that in the Discord from the screenshot early in the early session. They ended up negative. Money coming out of New York Stock Exchange, money coming out of Nasdaq. Most of the sectors here, I can give this. Most of the sectors negative, only consumer discretionary, materials, and infotech being positive, infotech being almost 0.5% on the day. Advance and decliners all day long under the zero line. The tick was mixed, open negative for the first hour, and then continue between positive and negative most of the day. This is something to take into account. We had a negative volume throughout the day, correcting 3 straight days of positive volume. So if we are going to see negative values, this is the first step for tomorrow. Let's see in a month, in a daily basis, what had happened today, because the price action is different than what the internals show. We had a trading higher indecision candle. Let me make it a bit larger here. So we said this was all-time high. Now we have to move it to the new high. And this was activate. So we will remain bullish until this value is tested, right? So indecision candle today. Tomorrow we will confirm if this is a short-term high, printing a new candle below, or printing a big red candle to the downside to this area. These are the two situations where I am leaning toward. The other option, of course, is ranging inside of today's value, or the bullish option, which today's internals are not are not so possible, is a gap and continuation. We need to retest this area, but we'll see if that happens tomorrow. What I want to highlight here is silver, positive in the day. And don't get me wrong, both silver and gold had been negative, but I want to highlight this daily candle on silver. This is not negative at all. They try to target these lows, and it fell to close here. They tried to target these lows, and it fell to close. First option, consolidation, another test, and go. Second option, straight, straight higher. Why do I highlight silver? Because look what happened in gold. It's quite different. Oh, sorry. Okay. This remained the target area. It did not take this high where we said, okay, this is where if we're going to continue higher after this drop, was the place. It never triggered. So now we have this scenario of a negative candle almost to the October open, correct? Almost. So all this move higher has been negated in the last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 days, has been negated. But today we have a very interesting position because tomorrow we can range into this area, test and fail, right? That would be something I would expect. The other one is to go astray for a high, targeting these highs here, right? These wicks here. First, of course, we have to do this, but I guess it will do it right away if we're in the if both silver and gold start pushing. And the next scenario, so is straight down. Is the third likely list. So first it would be here, second it would be here, and third it would be here. Let me try to see if I can use this pod. So I am here, and I want to write a number two, and I would say a number two, a number one, and a number three. Okay, that can work. I just have to make it thinner, thicker. So the third point I want to take into consideration is crude. Look what is top, right? In crude, we fell to trade here. I actually like it better with this. I have more control, but I like it better with this. So it fell to take this 2 days inside 2 days indecision after two indecision candles, one after the other. Yes, this could look like a hammer, but it was negated today. Okay, today opened near the close of yesterday and just pushed. Let me open the daily so we can see what happened. We open. It was overnight. We have a big push down, little retracement. Open the day. Indecision candle took a higher. Took these shorts here, enough liquidity, and took it to yesterday's overnight low, right? So the overnight low was tested again. And probably most people think, okay, so we're down to the races. It bounced and now it's back to the low of the day, right? What do we have for tomorrow? So going to the daily candles, we have double bottom possibility and making this will be number one, this will be number two, a higher low, right? This will be the low I guess if I do it this with this would be nicer. This would be the low, okay? And would be this would be a higher low. That can certainly happen. The other option, and I think is the most likely, is that somehow we trade around this area and we go back test this low. It won't be done in one day, although it could, right? If we print one of these candles, but I don't think it's going to be done in one day, right? And then if we do test the 55 area, you see how it's cheap. Okay, at 55, we can say crude is cheap. So we should attract some buyers, but they're playing with fire because we know that they want the crude cheaper. So anyway, simplifying things, we are at 59.9. So that's $60 per barrel. The chances are that we make a lower low. So we have lower low, lower low, lower low. We target that area. So I look for that. Okay. On the YM new high today, on the Russell not new high, and 2 days of negative pressure. Let's see if we take this. I want to know create alert, single alert below, and send me an email. Because if this happen, let me remove the. We can use this trend line here. And see if we break higher or not. Bitcoin. So we have this high at 116. We have this little gap here that the normal thing it would be retested. We have the low, a low higher. We have the low, higher, low, and the expectancy is a higher low to push higher. So we can go here, hold, and go. It will be negative if we hold here and go, and we target this area, right? So here, this is a gap up. This is a gap up. If this gap up is not playing so strong because we took yesterday's low. We focus on individual stocks. Apple, indecision candle tie range on the high, AMD on fire, right? This was the price that just closed above and continued. Amazon, oh, it's getting interesting. So this is the new high. This is the all-time high, sorry. Then we have this low, actually touched a few times. And it's looking to go to all-time highs. This is the path here, and it's going to go. It's trying to go there. This is all-time highs, I believe, right? Yes, it is all-time highs. Google all-time highs retraced today. Meta indecision candle. Microsoft extraordinary on the gap and go, right? Breaking the trend line and going. Can remove the mining. Nvidia all-time highs. Trend line gapping. Here we have the three gaps in a row. You can see. Here we have three gaps in a row. Very strong. Oracle after the if well, it didn't consolidate through this trend line. Activate. Let me get duplicate. Let me get another one here. Because there is a big space that it could close, right? Remember we have all this space that it could close. Thank you. These are the sons, the two sons that were bulls and bears were were battling. We broke this range with you remember we were drawing this box for a few days in a row. We broke it 3 days straight. Yes, we can go back and test with a negative candle here, a shape like this. I wouldn't be surprised, right? Even testing here, if we get to this area, then it will be a different story. Russell, similar to indecision candles. SPY indecision candle at the high, but today they tested yesterday highs and it just didn't want to go there. Tesla strong, consolidated above the line. First target 470. He didn't do it today. He did not do it today. He traded higher in the morning and then midday just reversed. He has 2 days in a row where he reversed just during lunch. So that's all for today's recap. Mm, what is it? A few more days until the market closes, until the month closes, and then we'll review the entire month for the markets. I am looking at gold. It's it's very interesting that this is October open, right? So this is the first day of October. The opening print is 3887. So it's correct. It would be, I mean, it's going to close near here, a little lower, a little higher, but it was impressive. This is a very strong move in a month. It did 13% to the upside in 13 days, trading days. And if it's able to close there, it would be, yeah, in 10 days. Remove. Remember, this circle here is the area where bulls should really get active, right? Retest this break and then reload here if they want to reach higher levels. So thank you so much. If you have any questions, please reach out. And remember, we have a webinar on Thursday. If you want details on that, yes, write me. Thank you and take care. Good night.